We are here with a special transformation interview today. We have a client that's been a long time client, very loyal for the last few years with us. And I'm going to share her journey kind of from before she started with us, while she was with us, and where she is currently in her fitness journey. And I'm going to let her introduce herself. What is your name?
Hey, I don't think I need to introduce myself, but if I need to, I'm Kathy. Been a member with Fight Fit for a long time, so at least over 10 years now, given my child is now 12 years old. So,
You are a legend. You're over at least 1,000 workouts with us. So
oh,
that's
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 true.
about
Absolutely true.
So you are officially a legend. But I guess take it back. Before you were with us, kind of share, what was your fitness, what was your health like before even joining 10 years ago?
Um, you go back way, way long time ago. I used to be active.
Hmm.
I used to join at that time boot camps and cycling. That was the trend at that time. Probably still is. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And then of course I have a baby, and then I was not active at all because like everyone else, being a busy mom, I don't have time for myself. I had to take care of my child kind of way. So everything, my meals, my workout plan, everything is gone at
Yeah.
during that time. Um, so after that, I joined Fight Fit. Oh,
Oh,
I
let's go back 10 years ago.
oh go back more.
How
Okay,
did
you
you
want to
how
go
did
back
you
more?
well, no,
Okay.
no, how did you hear about us? How did you hear about us
Oh,
10 years?
good question. It's actually through, oh God, it's through this website, Group Bonds. There you go. It was Group Bonds.
Way back
It
when.
was a good deal. Also at that time, kickboxing was my interest. I was like
Yeah.
looking to doing that. And I just so happened to Google or group went on Groupon. And as first thing it is, I found your promotion.
That's
It's a good promotion. So I decided to give it a try.
love it.
Right.
10 years later, here you are. But
Yeah.
from the initial side of things, and I want this to like almost for like beginners. What was like was there any like fear or hesitation before starting a fitness program, given that you just had a baby and you wanted to get back into shape?
No. But to be honest with you, as a new mom, I have no idea how this gonna end up, be honest with you. But that being said, I'm very picky person in a way. The last gym I used to join, it's amazing gym. It's a great gym, right? And I did before I met you, I went to your gym. I did try other gyms near my place, and it does not exceed my expectation. There's the reason behind it. I just don't like it. Right? And I finally decided to come to your gym,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, how to say, it's a good first impression. It's intensive, great people. You actually have a good workout too, right? So, right? And I'm always a fan of like, I'm not sure I could say this or not, like a boutique gym kind of way,
Mhm.
right? So I think that's helped. Uh, I found this more benefit joining like
Got it.
that type of gym than
Got it.
other gyms.
First off, most important thing, it was a good workout. But
Yeah.
secondly, it was friendly, it was small, it was more boutique, it was more like almost more like
Like a
uh,
community. There you go.
intimate community. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, and great coaches too, right? Right on top of that.
Absolutely. And great
Yeah.
coaches. But you know what? We've had changes in coaches over the years. And you know what? In 10 years over this time, what do you think that's made you stay like because it's a huge accomplishment to be this consistent for this long. It's not very typical for people to stay. What keeps you this consistent?
Well, like I said, yeah, great coaches. I developed a great relationship, and there's most of us, we do like community outing, and also I made a lot of great friends there. I got to know people, right? Um, Also, gotta say too, your schedule, it works for me, right? So I could come straight after work, go work out, and then after that, continue on with my other stuff I have to do after that, right? So the scheduling works really well for me. So
Yeah.
that's why. And as long as pretty much it's great workout, good coach, great, and it's kind of Oh, what am I gonna say? Yeah, like meeting up with friends, like every day. Obviously, we don't kind of coordinate. If so happens someone shows up, hey, what's up? We do catch up here. So it's all that, right? And
Yeah.
because everyone goes to uh we all meet up at the gym, we all have this one thing in common, support each
Right.
other with the fitness goals or weight loss goals or whatever, right? We understand. There's no
Yeah.
judgment, right? So
So it's
yeah.
become like your third home. You kind of hang out with
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, yeah,
It's like you're
yeah,
meeting up with friends and that sort of thing. And that's what's kept you around this long. But I
yeah.
also talk about like results. Like,
Mhm.
what were some of your results from before you started? Like, I know obviously there's ups and downs. You can't be perfectly all the way going like to the
Definitely.
perfect fit epitome of fitness.
Mm-hmm.
From where you were before to where you are now, what would you say are some of the biggest changes, measurable ones?
A measurable one would be developing strength, right? That's
Mhm.
the one thing. Me, obviously, number one was uh is actually still is continue to lose weight or maintain weight. Try not to gain weight,
Mhm.
right? And over the years, I learned a lot about food portions, um, um, food portions,
Protein.
the protein, there you go, the protein and a certain good carb you should eat kind of way.
Yeah.
Satellite, that is important, right? I think that's the basic foundation.
Mhm.
And then naturally, I'm talking about my experience, then strength comes in,
Mhm.
right? So
Yes.
because uh correct me if I'm wrong, but the more protein and more you kind of develop muscles.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that and I develop and I become stronger,
Yeah.
right? Because of the combination, most important the meal and then the actual workout piece, right?
So let's go
But
measurable. Let's go measurable. What like how much weight like how much weight was let's say the from the very beginning to the best weight you ever got down to, how much weight have you lost?
oh, when I started off, I was overweight. I don't remember what my body fat was, and I was weak. That's the least. I don't know how you measure that at the beginning. Very weak. I couldn't even lift like a 10-pound dumbbell, for
Right.
example.
Yeah.
But over time, I I gotta say I probably lost between let's say 20 and 30 pounds. Let's
Mhm.
say, and but most importantly, it's the strength piece,
How
right?
would you measure that? Like you said you couldn't even lift a 10-pound weight.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing now? What are you lifting now?
Um, just for example, the I did that with Jonathan, yes, my husband Jonathan. I can do a was it the press, right? I could do a 30-pound press,
That's phenomenal.
right? Compared to Jonathan, he did the same weight as me.
Yeah.
He's, he's gonna kill me when you're
This
gonna
is,
post
this
it.
is going public. Your wife is lifting just as much as you. That is
So
phenomenal.
stuff like that, right? Squats. As everyone knows, no secret. For some reason, I have very bad knee, whatever,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Is now getting stronger. At least I could do deeper squats. Isn't
Yes.
yeah, I could do that. I'm not complaining as much of my knee
Yeah.
pain. So
Yeah.
so that's a good sign. That's a good measurable. I'm not complaining as much. Right. So yes, even like sit-ups and burpees,
All
we
that stuff is
do those
becoming easier.
yeah, like you do like
So
yeah.
I just want to paint this picture because it's really important. Like your initial thing that you came in here for weight loss, and at the best, you've lost about 20 30 pounds, which is phenomenal, which is a great start. But it sounds
Mhm,
like you've kind of evolved now to be more focused on building strength from
mhm.
only just doing 10 pounds now to even doing 30 pounds, almost maybe potentially outlifting your husband. I don't want to say anything about but there's that. But I also want to talk about you and events outside of the gym.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
been a big part of your journey as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Um, Originally, I didn't want to do it. Originally. And so Jonathan begged me, and eventually he convinced me he'll buy me a brand new pair of running shoes. That's how I started to get in, right?
Mhm.
So you go by measure now, you like numbers. Um, at the beginning, I could barely run like a kilometer without dying. Right? I was huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Um, I kid you not, I might have pulled a muscle too at the same time or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
physically, I like it's kind of like even though I was in shape, when it comes
Hmm.
to running, I'm like so out of shape. Right.
Sure.
So
But you know what? I always look at running is a sport. It's like just like kickboxing is a sport. It's like learning a new sport.
yeah.
You almost have to learn how to run.
Yeah, exactly right. And just I'm talking about the first day of the run club,
Yeah.
right? It was so many people. And I was literally the last in line to
Yeah.
get past it, right? That was so bad. It was a interesting experience, let's say the least.
Hmm.
I didn't give up, obviously, mainly because Jonathan bought me this pair of shoes. I have to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm kind of so then I'm talking about in general my first year of the whole running journey experience. So gradually, obviously, we increased distance, but every time it increased running distance, something set me back.
Hmm.
Either my ankle injury or something, a
Hmm.
pulled muscle or
Hmm.
something. It really set me back to the point like I can't even go to the gym. I
Hmm.
didn't work out. It was really that bad.
Yeah.
And then thanks to Rochelle, you, and of course Sean, I gotta drop his name too, right? They are very supportive. They suggest me to do some certain stretch, obviously see a special like physio or chiro,
Hmm.
whoever, a massage therapist,
Hmm.
and just pretty much keep on trying. Don't give up.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right? And there are moments I almost given up after like say for example, if I try to run like a 10K.
Uh-huh.
After 3K, I run back home. Like I
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
take it
Yeah.
anymore, right? So so that was my mental journey at the beginning.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the actual day of the half marathon,
Yeah.
survived. It was it wasn't a pleasant experience, I say that. Right? But I got it
Yeah.
done, right? Under three
So
hours.
this was October, right? Last
That was
year?
this past
Yeah,
October.
that's right. So
Okay.
so going like I just want to summarize this because
Okay.
it's really important. From
Sure.
someone that didn't hate it, like it sounded like you didn't even like running. You're forced into it. You had so many setbacks and injuries,
Mhm.
but you ended up pushing through this and actually finishing and completing a half marathon.
I did, yeah. Okay.
That's
That's
huge.
it. And that's the first year. That's last
First
year,
year
first
of
year,
training.
yeah.
Right.
And I'm gonna fast forward now to recently, last month, my 10K run. I
Mhm.
actually did my personal best, 4 minutes difference, actually. Right. So that is yeah, so that is amazing feel. Like I could actually shorten my run by 4 minutes. So last year it was um actually no, I didn't have enough Strava that time.
Yeah.
If you compare to my with my run club with 10K, it was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Mhm.
When I pat for the 10K run, it was with sporting line. When I crossed the finish line, according to Strava time, I'm gonna make that clear.
Yeah, yeah.
I did like 1 hour and 4 minutes. I had to go back and
Yeah.
check, but pretty much I shave off like 4 minutes of my time, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
like I gotta say, like it's I think the key is with this journey and it's always a competition for yourself against yourself. It's
Yeah.
like being better than what you were last year, doing a little bit better than, but 4 minutes is still a phenomenal number.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I actually man, I did it. I could do that. And yeah, and then it is a good achievement, even though I'm more of a numbers person to
Yeah,
begin with.
yeah,
Right? So I like to look at graph and my
yeah,
like, data.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's for really nice to see.
And it's interesting too. It's changed from just weight loss goals to now performance goals, which are completely different. And it's another fun way of measuring success and progress, which is great. Before I wrap this up, I got one more question. Anything else looking forward in the next little bit? What are your goals now moving forward?
So my goal is to continue with the PT session with Sean, mainly to develop strength and cardio because I am going to run again for the half marathon on this coming October to beat my personal best time. So let's see what happens.
Love it. Love it. That is an awesome goal. Again, performance goal. and that's
Mhm.
how I think that's the journey for a lot of people. It goes from, first thing you accomplish, you knock that list, the weight loss thing, you're at a weight that you're happy with, you want to maintain. Then you start getting stronger. Then you go, like, if I can get this strong, if I could push 30 pounds over my head, imagine what I could do if I just focused on like one single activity, one physical test almost. That's what it looks like, a physical test. That's outside of the gym, which exactly what you're doing. So congratulations, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And I know this has been a transformation in the making over 10 years, but if there's one constant in life, it's change. And
Yeah, oh, yes.
things are always gonna change. You're gonna always transform, and you're always gonna transform, hopefully, to be better every single time. So thank you for sharing your story.
No problem. All right.
All right, take care.